Yes, welcome back to The Agenda this Wednesday. Katie Chambers, I have your ears. I also have your eyes and ears if you're watching live on YouTube. Or, of course, we're live on the traditional form radio on Dubai Eye 103.8. And as I'm sitting here and I'm kind of getting ready to introduce our first story, I'm wondering, have I left the AC on at home? I always try and turn it off when I leave the house, to save energy and therefore save money on my DEWA bills. Because every time we switch on a light or we charge our phone or we turn on our air conditioning, we are relying on a vast electricity network, seamlessly working behind the scenes. And made me think about something else. I've lived here 4 years, and in all that time, bearing in mind we had the floods of 2024, we've never had a power cut at home, which in the UK, they're quite frequent, I can tell you, or more frequent than perhaps they should be. We have a very reliable electricity network here. And today, the UAE is launching something called the Emirates Monitoring Center. And this is really exciting because it's the first national facility that's capable of monitoring the country's entire electricity grid system in real time. And by bringing together all 4 of the UAE's electricity providers, this centre is designed to improve reliability, strengthen resilience, but also respond more quickly if something does go wrong. Joining us now is His Excellency Engineer Sharif Al Olama. He's Under Secretary for Energy and Petroleum Affairs at the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure. Hello, sir. Thank you so much for joining me on The Agenda.
Hi, Katie. Thank you very much for having me today.
Oh, you are most welcome. I've tried to explain it in my intro, the Emirates Monitoring Center. If you could give us a little bit more detail on it, please, and why it is such an important milestone for the UAE.
Yes, indeed, Katie. I think, like you gave the intro, Katie, the Emirates Monitoring Center, basically, it's a unified national platform that interconnects our major 4 utility companies in the country. As most of you do know, we have IWIC, that is the electricity or utility provider in Abu Dhabi. We have DEWA in Dubai, we have CEWA in Sharjah, and we have Ittihad Water and Electricity in the Northern Emirates. Basically, the AMC is a center that actually compiles all the data, all the critical information from each and every single utility and each and every generating unit, and actually oversees any anomalies or any disturbances that might be seeing its way into the network. And what it does, it gives us a heads up in terms of something potentially going wrong for us to make the right decision and take corrective actions immediately. And that is one of the main reasons why we are blessed in the UAE, and we do have a very reliable network and a very reliable system.
Yeah, because I was going to ask, how often do we get power outages here? Because, as I said, I've never experienced one in my 4 years of being here.
It's very rare and very uncommon. And again, the reason for the resiliency and the reliability of our system is the reaction, or basically, we are not in a reactive mode. We are more in a predictive and preventive mode. So we predict potential problems that might occur and actually take mitigating measures ahead of time. One of the things that the center also brings, because we do have a vast amount of information available, we also, through the utilization of artificial intelligence, are able to run hundreds of scenarios. Maybe taking 1 or 2 or 3 units offline and seeing what impact it might have over the entire network. And accordingly, we come up with clear mitigation measures to avoid these kind of circumstances. So it's basically pre-planning ahead of time and having all the requirements and mitigation measures in place.
Yeah, I mean, until now, each utility, has monitored its own network. What are the benefits of bringing all 4 kind of under one roof?
The advantages are basically when you have it under one unified platform, there is 3 main advantages that you see. One is that you are actually sharing situational awareness between all the 4 utilities at the same time. So basically, each utility is seeing exactly the same information at the same time. Second, it also provides a better coordination between the utilities, especially if there is a need for a power exchange between one utility and the other. And third, and very important also, it delivers stronger planning and also better decision-making capabilities.
And you are adding, the UAE is adding more renewable energy, more nuclear power to this grid. How important is this kind of digital coordination when you are beginning something such as the Emirates Monitoring Center?
It's very important because now, as most of yourself and the listeners do know, is we do have a diversified sources of power generation. And we do have a target of achieving net zero by the year 2050. So there is a huge amount of solar plants that are coming up in the UAE. We already have some of the biggest solar plants in the world. Apart from that, of course, we do have the Baraka nuclear plant that is also delivering sustainable baseload to our network. So if you put all of these different parameters together, you have the conventional power generation, you have the baseload from the nuclear generation, and then you have the intermittent generation, which is coming from our renewables. To have one common center that monitors all the key parameters, when you look at the load, you look at the voltages, you look at the frequency, this is very important to make sure that all of the different parameters are functioning together in a very systematic manner, and avoiding any disturbances.
And one of the interesting things that I'd like to unpick a little bit more with you, Your Excellency, is how the centre is designed to respond to emergencies. What sort of situations could the centre help manage?
Like I said, Katie, we have simulation models that we can run in the centre. So based on the different scenarios we see, if there is a disruption in one of the generation units, let's say in the Northern Emirates, how can we recover in time that we don't let our customers, our consumers, or our critical infrastructure seeing any blackouts? This is the simulation models that we run, and we can actually measure how quick the reaction time is. As you know, all the four utilities are well interconnected, and we are also interconnected beyond our borders. We are part of the GCCIA, it's the GCC Interconnection Authority. So we have our network connected with the networks of all the GCC countries as well. We are currently also in the ministry working on and studying an option of interconnecting our grids with the grid of India, and going beyond our borders. This will allow and this will facilitate quite a lot of power trade between our country and different countries as well. And the center plays a major role in managing these power trades and making sure that we maximize the benefits to the country.
Wow, that's really interesting that you'll be joining the grid with other countries, then doing power trade with them. It opens up more sort of regional business, I guess, from country to country. How does the UAE now compare internationally when it comes to monitoring and managing its electricity network?
Honestly, to have such a modern monitoring center is sort of rare. You don't find it many places. Actually, the EMC, we inaugurated jointly with our technology partners, Siemens. It houses the first of its kind energy management system from Siemens. This is the first application in the world. It has tremendous capabilities. It utilizes AI, and it has advanced predictive analysis capabilities, which is helping us quite a lot in terms of enhancing and increasing the reliability of our network.
And we know that the UAE has a fast-growing population, one of the fastest in the region. I think Dubai's latest figures this month were 4.7 million people living in the Emirate. How does the Emirates Monitoring Center really help prepare for the future demand that's going to be needed should the population to grow as it is?
This is a very good point. Actually, population is one angle of it, Katie. let's not forget that there is a massive demand when it comes to the digital economy. We see a massive growth in data centers as well. And this is a major consumer of power and energy. The monitoring center actually helps in terms of actually predicting these kind of demands as we move forward. And it is scalable. So the monitoring center actually can grow with the growth in the population. Really, the design of the center is not based on only today. We are looking actually 50 years ahead and making sure that we are actually in a good position that we can manage these kind of increases in demand over the next several decades.
Always future-proofing, aren't we, here in the UAE? Good to hear that you're looking 50 years ahead. Many thanks for joining me on the agenda today. That was the voice there of His Excellency Engineer Sharif Al Olama, Under-Secretary for Energy and Petroleum Affairs at the Ministry of Energy and Infrastructure, talking me through the launch of the Emirates Monitoring Center, the first national facility capable of monitoring the country's entire electricity grid in real time.
Your home of news, business, talk and sport in the UAE. There's more to